Here we have a situation where we have an equilibrium and we have an equilibrium expression. And we have some concentrations at equilibrium, and we want to know one of the concentrations. In this case, we want to know what is the value for CH4, given that we know the concentrations of O2, CO2, and H2O. To do this sort of problem, you have to be able to rearrange the equation. You have to use a little bit of algebra. I know that sounds scary, but basically, if anything switches sides, it goes from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom. Let me show you here. And so what are we looking for? We're looking for CH4. It's on the bottom. And so we need to get CH4 by itself on one side. It doesn't matter which side we get it. And then we can go ahead and plug in our numbers. So CH4 is on the bottom over here, and K is over here. So what we can do is we can move K from bottom to top by itself. And then we can, and if we do that, let's do this stepwise, then that would be K times CH4 equals the stuff that's still on the right-hand side, CO2 times H2O squared divided by the O2 squared on the right-hand side. Now I want to get CH4 by itself, and so now I'm going to move, K is already on the top, so we're going to move it to the bottom over here, and now this becomes CH4 by itself on the left, and now we have CO2 times H2O squared. They never moved. And now the K is down on the bottom with the oxygen squared. And there you go. Now we've rearranged the equation and we're solving for CH4 because that's what we want. And now the final step is we just go ahead and plug in our numbers. And let's see, CO2 is 2.00, and that'll be times the water, 1.50 squared. Keep in mind that most calculators have a caret key where you would go to the second. And then we're going to divide by the K. Well, the K is over here. That's 333 times the O2 squared, which was 0.500 squared. We put this in our calculator, and you should make sure that you can put it in the calculator and get the same answer. And that would be 2 times 1.5 divided by parentheses 333 times 0.5 to the second, close parentheses. Keep in mind, everything in here should be in parentheses. And I will hit it equals, and I get 0.0360 as my answer. And so that's the concentration of CH4 if the equilibrium concentrations are as indicated up above. And so to be able to do these sort of problems, you just have to be able to do a little bit of rearranging with algebra. It's good to practice using your textbook problems in the book, and do the red ones because they're the ones that have the answers.